Hello everyone. You know, the hardest thing about writing this speech is making sure it's the perfect length.
Yeah, so we talked to Tara, and between the three of us we decided that the perfect length for a best man speech is the same length it takes the groom to make love.
Cheers everyone! By means of an introduction, I'm John, and I've had the pleasure of knowing Dave for 11 years when we first met back at Game in 2003.
And it's a similar story for me, because I met him in 2004 whilst working at Game as well. And a few lads holidays later, a few nights out, here we are today. But we both know what you're thinking. Two best men? Who has two best men?
A man who has so many close friends finds it impossible to choose.
A man who can trust two people to ensure the biggest day of his life is a success.
A man who is clearly not afraid to be absolutely destroyed in front of a full room of his closest friends and family. But you know what, Tom? It's not that unusual for someone to have two best men. I knew a guy who had 12 ones.
Who?
Jesus. There we go.
Now that we've all been introduced, can we take this moment to have a round of applause for the two most amazing people in the room, me and John.
Also, a round of applause for the bridesmaid, who I'm sure will look absolutely fantastic, only to be outdone by Tara themselves. Now, this speech hasn't been easy to write. It's been a work in progress for quite a number of months. Myself and Tom have spent hours on this speech trying to perfect it.
Hours and hours. And all this hard work for him to try and break his leg on the stag do. Just to get out of it. But you can't escape your punishment that easy. Not getting out of it that easy.
That's Dave in hospital. It's a special day for everyone in this room. Obviously, Dave and Tara, but also for me, Tom and Dave, because it's 10 years this month that we all met. I first met Dave while working at Game, and as soon as we talked to each other and realised that we had a mutual love for Sheffield Wednesday, well, we got on like a house on fire.
I remember the first time that I met Dave, because it was my first day on my first job, and I was really, really nervous. I was a young 17-year-old lad. But the minute I talked to him, and we found out we had a mutual love for American gangster rap, we hit it off. We became best friends.
So there we were, the three of us at Game. Three young guys that eventually would go on to spread their wings. Myself, I'm now a teacher. Tom is the manager at Boost in Meadowhall. And Dave, well, he's still at Game.
But, being the older one, he has taught us a lot through the years. Quite a lot. He's taught us many, many things. My management style at work is a direct result of working with him. He's taught me to be professional, but also to have fun and make friends with your colleagues.
He's taught me always to be aware on a night out, don't drink too much, and always be aware of your surroundings.
Before I met Dave, I had absolutely no idea that you could pay in your bank card in a strip club. I had absolutely no idea. But to be fair, I did know that. It was a loyalty card that he had to explain.
Now, a best man's speech isn't complete without telling you a funny story that involves the best men, the group, and in this case, both the best men. In 2008, we went on a lads' holiday to Magaluf, 10 nights away with myself, Tom, Dave, and a few other of our closest mates.
After a few heavy nights, we decided to take some pedalers out onto the sea. Catch some rays and just sunbathe, just chill out. But in Magaluf, there's an island in the sea which takes about 10-15 minutes to pedal to. Swimming is virtually impossible. You cannot swim there.
Naturally, as a group of lads, we wanted to explore. So we hired two pedalers and we set out to sea. We parked up on this island and went for a wander. I say an island, it was more or less just a rock, alright? Just a secluded place where we could chill out, hang out, relax and sunbathe.
Me and Dave walked on. We walked further along than the rest and just had a look around, just had a wander. But after a few minutes it had gone a little quiet. So I turned around to Dave and I said, Dave, where's all the lads gone? Where's everybody else gone? And we both turned around and both the pedaloads had gone, along with all our friends, just me and Dave. But not to worry, I said to Dave, worst case scenario is you need a toilet. A number 2 to be precise. I looked at Dave and his face was a bit like this. So I could tell by the look on his face he was absolutely desperate for the toilet. And if you want me to be precise, it was a number 2.
Just to set the scene a little more, they weren't the only ones on the island. There were a few couples, some other partygoers, and families with children, all in plain sight of what Dave was about to do.
Now, there are children here, so rather than tell you what he did, we're going to let you ask him throughout the night. Alternatively, me and John will be by the bar, you can buy us a drink, we'll tell you.
But just in case you're ever in that situation again, Dave, we got you a little present. Now, Dave and Tara have committed their futures together, and I hope Tara understands that she's also taken the name of a true Sheffield Wednesday fan.
Wait. I mean, I was talking to Dave recently, and he was telling that Tara's family love him that much that the whole lot of them are converting to Sheffield Wednesday. Aren't they, Graham? We've got evidence. Christian, you're over there.
While we're on the subject of football, we thought we'd give you, Dave, some simple tips on a successful marriage in footballing terms.
Just a few tips to help you through marriage life, but in simple football terms. Wednesday or United, mainly Wednesday. Never ever, this is rule number 1, never ever leave it too late to score. That's rule number 1.
Don't put your tackle in too hard, we don't want any more injuries.
But the most important rule is rule number 3. Always remember that playing away from home can result in serious groin injury. But we'd like to take this opportunity to wish Dave and Tara a fantastic honeymoon in Disneyland, Florida.
And I'm sure that this has been mentioned already quite a few times. Tom has already gone the extra step to make sure they enjoy Disneyland by ensuring Dave has absolutely no problems getting disabled access to all the rides. Photoshop's brilliant. Me and Tom were both asked to be Dave's best man on separate occasions, but we knew without really talking to each other that this is something we could not turn down, and being part of this momentous occasion is a true privilege to share this day with everyone here today.
Dave and Tara, thank you for inviting us all here today and allowing us to be part of this special day. We are truly honoured and we wish you all the best. Here's to a happy, successful marriage with many great years to come. Please be upstanding and raise your glasses to Mr. and Mrs. Hayes.
Just one last thing I'd like to mention. This is the first time that me and Tom have been best men for anyone, and we hope we've done a good job. We hope you enjoyed the speech. We hope the guys that went on the stag do enjoyed the stag do. And we hope we've done you proud, Dave. Because Dave did say the other day, when we were talking about this, he promised us that we could be best men at his next wedding. Who's it going to be, Dave? Just kidding, Tara. He's not going to be another one.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. We'll leave that one on.
Now, where's the food? Oh, come on. Ready to look good? There we go. Looking good, Graham.